Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to explore how to use AI to completely shatter the massive communication barriers that plague interdisciplinary research teams. If you're a professional researcher, a project manager, or literally anyone trying to get diverse experts to actually collaborate instead of just sitting in the same room, think of me as your consultant today and this as your strategic guide. We're going to calibrate your approach to AI so you're not just using it as a glorified search engine, but as a structural bridge between completely different academic worlds. Let's dive right in.
We've all been there, right? It's incredibly frustrating when you have brilliant minds collaborating, but they absolutely cannot connect because their backgrounds use entirely different vocabularies. You've likely seen it firsthand. You get a climate change researcher, an economist, and an ecologist all staring at the exact same problem, but they're talking right past one another. They use specific terms in highly niche ways, and frankly, they often don't truly appreciate what the other disciplines bring to the table.
To put this into perspective, take an orthopedic surgeon and a health economist. They could be studying the exact same patient rehabilitation process, yet their methodological goals are worlds apart. The surgeon, they want randomized trials to measure functional recovery. The economist, they want cost data and predictive modeling to measure cost effectiveness. When these two sit down to design a study, they aren't just disagreeing on what to do. They're operating from entirely different premises of what actually constitutes valid evidence.
Okay, Section 1. AI as the universal translator.
Here's the real game changer. AI doesn't step in as a competitor to these experts. It steps in as a translation layer. It bridges these intellectual traditions without forcing one discipline to surrender to the other. Fundamentally, a translation layer is an AI framework that's been deliberately configured with deep domain knowledge from multiple fields. So, rather than having a behavioral economist spend 6 agonizing months reading foundational psychology papers just to understand their colleagues, a configured AI can translate a concept instantly. It can tell the team, hey, what the psychologist calls behavioral control is incredibly similar to what the economist calls decision-making under constraints. It highlights the overlaps, but more importantly, it pinpoints the methodological differences that actually matter to your project.
So AI systematically tackles the 3 biggest hurdles in interdisciplinary work. First, concept translation, literally untangling the jargon. Second, methodological harmonization, which is getting qualitative and quantitative researchers to actually agree on a combined approach. And third, cross-disciplinary literature synthesis, pulling together insights from completely isolated academic databases that normally never speak to one another.
This synthesis piece is incredibly powerful. Imagine a team studying urban resilience. Your environmental scientist is deep in the web of science looking at ecology. The urban planner is scouring Google Scholar for municipal reports, and the sociologist is buried in JSTOR analyzing social theory. An appropriately configured AI can seamlessly navigate these isolated networks, map out disciplinary synonyms, and translate all these disparate findings into one common conceptual framework. It surfaces insights that each field could genuinely learn from the other.
Moving right along to Section 2. Harmonizing different methods.
Now, translating words is just step 1. Getting researchers to agree on how to actually gather and interpret data, that's the real beast. Every discipline has its gold standard. In experimental psychology, the randomized controlled trial is king, but over in anthropology, intensive qualitative ethnography is the absolute ideal. And listen, these differing standards aren't about right or wrong, they just reflect entirely different research goals. The psychologist wants to isolate variables and measure impact, while the anthropologist wants to understand deep contextual meaning. AI can help make these underlying motivations explicit to team members who might otherwise end up clashing.
If you want to integrate these methods successfully, a configured AI can walk your team through 4 precise steps to guarantee rigor across the board. First, it maps out the exact questions each method is built to answer. Second, it spots the overlaps. Third, it suggests an integration strategy, maybe something like collecting qualitative ethnographic data first and then testing those patterns using quantitative models. And fourth, it actively flags where different methods might actually reach conflicting conclusions, so your team isn't caught off guard later.
Let's hit Section 3. Real-world success stories.
As a consultant advising on AI risks and integration, I constantly remind teams that theory is wonderful, but execution is everything. Let's look at a concrete efficiency gain. A climate research team recently had to run a massive meta-analysis. They used a configured AI to scan 10,000 papers, hunting specifically for minute methodological details. The AI pinpointed 340 highly relevant studies in just a matter of hours. To put that into perspective, that's a soul-crushing task that would have easily taken a graduate student an entire semester of manual review.
Or consider this fantastic case study on vaccine hesitancy.
You've got an epidemiologist focused on herd immunity numbers, a sociologist focused on community trust, and a behavioral economist looking at decision-making under uncertainty. At first, they literally couldn't understand each other's work. But by using AI as a translation layer, the epidemiologist was able to reframe the sociologist's qualitative data on community trust directly into quantitative variables that impact herd immunity calculations. It turned a massive point of friction into absolute total integration.
We saw the exact same thing when a team studied why patients don't take prescribed medications. Their framework seemed totally incompatible. The physician was zeroed in on clinical outcomes and health literacy. Meanwhile, the medical anthropologist was focused on social context and medical pluralism. The AI translation surfaced something fascinating. These two concepts are actually addressing the exact same human phenomenon. They were just looking at different sides of the same coin. Realizing this allowed them to design a study that tracked actual medical adherence while simultaneously conducting interviews to understand patient perspectives.
Which brings us to Section 4, Avoiding Common AI Mistakes. This is where we really need to talk about risk calibration. Naive use of AI can actually introduce much worse misunderstandings if the translation loses the vital nuance of the original discipline. Let me be very clear. Generic, unconfigured chatbots will just spit out superficial glossaries or hallucinate shallow connections. If you ask a generic model to translate a complex sociological theory for a physicist, it's going to oversimplify it to the point of being totally useless. You absolutely need a specifically configured AI, a custom setup loaded with foundational literature, methodological knowledge, and precise system prompts from both fields. So, for your team, here's a quick risk checklist. First, never mistake simple translation for true understanding. Translation might obscure conceptual differences that actually matter. Second, don't use AI to force methods together that simply don't belong together. Sometimes different approaches should remain beautifully separate. And third, never let AI-translated concepts go unchecked. AI highlights similarities, but your human experts must vigorously debate what gets lost or distorted in those translations. And here is a massive reality check. We cannot ignore power dynamics. Interdisciplinary collaboration is rarely neutral. An AI might translate a concept flawlessly, but if the senior medical doctors in the room constantly overrule the junior anthropologists because they subconsciously view quantitative data as superior, your collaboration is still going to fail. AI is an infrastructure tool, folks. It cannot fix a broken team culture. Leaders still have to actively manage those social dynamics.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Building True Collaboration.
To build a genuinely unified research culture, AI must become an empowering infrastructure that levels the playing field. Here are the best practices. Start by explicitly naming your disciplines. Don't pretend everyone thinks the same way. Ask the AI to find overlapping questions rather than just forcing integration. Mandate that your disciplinary experts rigorously review the AI's translations. And finally, document your integration choices. Explicitly write down what your team is emphasizing and what's being left behind. Setting up this workflow gives junior researchers the confidence they need to step up and engage with senior colleagues across siloed fields.
At the end of the day, the AI is your interpreter. But the humans are the actual collaborators who have to forge a new shared framework. It provides structured suggestions, but it does not and should not ever replace expert judgment. The research becomes immensely stronger when multiple perspectives inform it, but only when the humans in the loop actually do the hard work of genuine integration.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think about your next cross-functional project. Look around the room at those different backgrounds and skill sets. Are your team members genuinely collaborating, or are they just talking past each other in different languages? How will you calibrate your AI tools to finally bridge that gap, while still fiercely protecting the unique value every single discipline brings to the table?